Dorothy laughed. She laughed a lot. With her infectious laugh, she would light up a room. The fact is, my friend Dorothy Watson was always looking for a reason to laugh. I'm pretty sure that's why she lived so long and so great. I met Dorothy Watson in 1975 in the prime of her life. This little 19-year-old was too mature to be on the on-campus housing or the dorms at Northwest College. So that's why I looked for off-campus housing. Fortunately, I ended up interviewing with Dorothy, and it changed my life forever. Special certain people do that for you. The Watsons, all of them, did that for me. To this day, I have fond memories of you all. Rob, I still have a piece of pottery you gave me, and I am better for having been your friend. Lori, you were so pleasant and kind, and I always wanted to be like you. Ralphie, you were the best little brother anybody could ever have. Thanks for accepting me into your family. I've never really believed in such thing as the Proverbs 31 woman, but if there was, Dorothy Barbarnsey Watson Ellen Voss was just that woman. She was always busy, always organized, always tidy, and with me, always patient. But mostly, I remember her laughter. It was as if she was ready to pounce with laughter. She waited for each opportunity and then let it loose as if she could not hold it in. Moving to the Watsons was a culture shock for this little preacher's kid. In our home, we always talked, laughed, and made fun of and with each other. In the beginning at the Watsons, I thought perhaps there was a sad event each night, and we were to keep quiet. I suddenly realized that if things were to get lively, it would be up to me to create that stir. So one night during the dinner blessing, I started kicking Rob under the table and peeking and snickering. Then Ralphie, then Lori. Pretty soon, everyone was laughing, and life had sprung forth, and Dorothy was delighted. Conversation was stale until we implemented the game of looky looky, and most everyone participated, and Dorothy laughed. One day I decided it was time to shake up Don's world, and with Dorothy's wink, I planted a tape recorder outside of his bedroom door. Oh my, the heinous snoring that was too much to resist. So I played that symphony at breakfast the next morning. Don chuckled, but Dorothy laughed that boisterous, infectious laugh. When Daisy the dog would come for a scratch behind the ears, I would reach down and do a courtesy pat, and then I would instantly sniff my fingers and quickly go wash my hands. Dorothy seemed to get a particular pleasure out of this little scenario, and she would laugh that tickled laugh. Dorothy used to laugh when I would stick my finger in my dimple, and she would imitate me. Dorothy would laugh when I brought boys home to feed them a lunch of crepes to impress them. I should have let her do the cooking. Dorothy laughed when I came home from a date and told her I jumped out of the car and quickly said goodnight and ran into the house. She and Rob both laughed with surprise when they found out that I was on the dean's list and that I wasn't making out the whole time like they thought I was. I am certain that Dorothy was in the other room rolling with laughter or crying with pain when I was taking piano lessons and playing the same flippin' songs over and over again. I think it was Ferris Lord Jesus and I Wish They'd All Been Ready. Needless to say, I do not play the piano today. A lot of life has passed between then and now. We have both had a lot of joy and heartache in our lives. If there was one main thing I learned from this beautiful woman, was to laugh in spite of the rain. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. Dorothy, after you get finished sewing new robes for all the angels, and perhaps making that wedding dress for the marriage supper of the Lamb, will you save some time for some laughs with me? Because I'll join you someday.